Maxine Waters is under fire, critics calling her to be held accountable for comments like these.
If you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome.
Government watchdog group Judicial Watch taking action of their own in filing an ethics complaint against Maxine Waters for inciting violence, they say. So what can we expect to happen next? Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton joins us now. Thank you for being here, Tom. What does happen next? Good morning. When you send this letter, you send it to the chairman and the co-chairman of the House Office of Congressional Ethics calling for an investigation because you think she violated House ethics rules. How did she violate, and then what happens next?
Well, the number one House ethics rule is you get to act in a way that reflects credibly on the House at all times. And when you're out there in a speech, as we detailed that speech to the House Ethics Committee, as you point out, inciting mob violence against sitting Trump cabinet members, that doesn't obviously reflect credibly on the House. And the House has to decide whether they're going to allow its members to use the House as a platform and its power and position to use to attack and incite violence against Trump cabinet members. Look, you know, she's telling people, get a crowd together and confront Trump cabinet members as they're getting basic necessities for life. Tell them they're not welcome. Push back. I mean, that's the very definition of mob violence, and we see evidence of the impact already. Sarah Sanders is getting increased Secret Service protection. Frankly, that video you showed earlier today is infuriating, and it's exactly the sort of increased activity and violent activity we can expect to see as a result of the violent rhetoric of people like Maxine Waters. And each House member, and I suggest your viewers call the House and ask what they're going to do in terms of standing up against Maxine Waters calling on violence targeting Trump cabinet officials. I can't imagine a public official should be able to do that and get away with it.
Now, Tom, she did defend herself, and she says now she's being targeted by individuals that don't agree with her. She's been threatened. Senator Rand Paul has been threatened several times. We've seen, you mentioned Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and there's a long list of others. Isn't it time for both sides just to stop?
No one should threaten violence. Maxine Waters shouldn't be subjected to threats of violence, nor any other politician. But she shouldn't be advocating for groups of people to mob cabinet officials as they're trying to get gas in their cars. It is a dangerous situation this woman is setting us up for, and I fear something terrible is going to happen. You can bet there's increased security costs for all cabinet officials as a result of her rhetoric and
Sarah
comments.
Huckabee Sanders now has Secret Service at her house.
I mean, what if you're a cabinet official, what are you going to do? Are you going to go get gas without a security detail now? Are you going to have your kids with you when you get gas, or your family members? Maxine Waters needs to be disavowed by the House. Their options range from reprimand to expulsion, and they should consider expelling her for this type of activity. It is so dangerous out there, in my view, for Trump supporters generally and Trump public officials, that someone's got to step in and rein them in, and the House has an opportunity here. And if they're not pressed by voters, they'll do nothing.
Tom, thank you for being with us. Keep us posted.